The most confusing kind of pain is the one you can't prove. It's the kind that doesn't leave a mark on your skin, but instead leaves 1,000 tiny cracks in your soul. You start to question your own sanity, wondering if you're the one who's too sensitive, too dramatic, or just plain wrong. If this sounds familiar, stay with me, because today we're not talking about the obvious hurts. We're pulling back the curtain on the quiet, insidious behaviors that slowly erode your sense of self. These are the 6 hidden signs of psychological abuse. Number 1, the joke that isn't funny. We all love a good laugh, but there's a certain kind of humor that isn't about joy, it's about power. This is when someone constantly makes jokes at your expense. They might be about your intelligence, your appearance, your dreams, or your insecurities. When you get upset, their response is always the same. I was just kidding. Can't you take a joke? This is a powerful and sneaky tactic. It allows them to say something hurtful and then immediately deny any bad intention. It puts you in a difficult position. If you object, you're the one with no sense of humor. If you stay silent, you've just swallowed a small dose of poison. Over time, these jokes chip away at your self-esteem. They are designed to make you feel small, one laugh at a time. Think about it. A real joke is something 2 people share. A hurtful comment disguised as a joke is a weapon one person uses against another. It's a way of saying, I can hurt you, and I can even make you feel guilty for feeling that hurt. You start to walk on eggshells, anticipating the next jab. The laughter in the room feels cold because you know you are the punchline. True affection doesn't use humor to belittle. It uses it to build connection. Remember that a cage is still a cage, even if the bars are made of laughter. Number 2, constant, subtle correction. Does it feel like you can't do anything right? This sign is about the person who is always correcting you, but in ways that seem minor. It's not a big, dramatic fight. It's the constant, low-level criticism that grinds you down. They'll helpfully point out a more efficient way to wash the dishes. They'll correct your grammar in the middle of a story you're telling friends. They'll retell your own memory for you, but with their more accurate details. Each instance on its own seems trivial. You might even think they're just trying to be helpful. But when it's a constant pattern, it carries a much heavier message. You are not capable. You are not good enough. You need me to navigate the world. This isn't about constructive feedback, which is meant to help you grow. This is about control. By constantly positioning themselves as the expert on everything, they slowly dismantle your confidence in your own abilities. You begin to second-guess every small decision. You hesitate before you speak, wondering if you'll say something wrong. They become the editor of your life, and slowly, you forget how to write your own story. You lose trust in your own instincts because you've been conditioned to believe that your instincts are always flawed. Number 3, withholding information. This one can make you feel like you're going crazy. Withholding is a form of passive control. It's when someone intentionally keeps you out of the loop on things that affect you. It's not about forgetting. It's about deliberate exclusion. Maybe they make plans with friends, but forget to tell you until the last minute, knowing you can't go. Perhaps they make a financial decision that impacts both of you without any discussion, and you only find out later. When you confront them, they might say, I was going to tell you, or it wasn't a big deal, so I didn't want to bother you. The purpose of withholding is to create an imbalance of power. Information is power. By controlling the flow of information, they ensure they are always one step ahead. It isolates you. It makes you feel like an outsider in your own life. You're constantly playing catch-up, trying to piece together a puzzle when you've only been given half the pieces. This creates a deep sense of instability and anxiety. You can't make informed decisions because you're never fully informed. It subtly reinforces the idea that your input isn't necessary or valuable. It's a quiet way of rendering you powerless. Number 4, shifting goalposts. Have you ever felt like you were just one step away from making someone happy, but every time you get there, the finish line moves? This is the reality of shifting goalposts. You do exactly what they ask, only to be told that you did it wrong, or that they actually wanted something else entirely. For example, you work hard to keep the house perfectly clean because they complained about the mess. The day you finally get it spotless, they come home and say, why did you waste all day cleaning? We should have been spending time together. You then prioritize spending time with them, but then they'll ask why the house is such a mess. You can never win. The rules of the game are always changing, and they are the only one who knows the new rules. This is an incredibly effective way to keep you in a constant state of striving for their approval, an approval they never intend to give. It's not about the clean house or the time spent together. It's about keeping you on a hamster wheel of trying to please them. This constant failure, no matter how hard you try, is devastating to your self-worth. It teaches you that your efforts are futile and that you are inherently incapable of pleasing them. You internalize the belief that the problem isn't their impossible standards, but your own inadequacy. It's a cruel game where the only way to win is to stop playing. Number 5, weaponizing your past. In a healthy relationship, your vulnerabilities are safe. In a psychologically abusive one, they are ammunition. This sign is when a person takes your deepest fears, your past mistakes, or your most sensitive insecurities and uses them against you, especially during an argument. You might have shared something with them in a moment of trust, a past trauma, a family issue, or something you're ashamed of. Later, in a completely unrelated disagreement, they will throw it back in your face. They'll say something like, "Of course you'd think that, with what happened to you," or "You're acting just like your mother." This is a profound betrayal. It's designed to hit you where you are most defenseless. The goal is to silence you, to hurt you so deeply that you back down from the argument. It's a low blow that instantly shifts the power dynamic. It also teaches you a dangerous lesson. Being open and vulnerable is not safe. So you start to build walls. You stop sharing the parts of yourself that are tender and real. The intimacy dies because true intimacy requires safety, and they have proven that with them, there is no safety for your heart. They are essentially punishing you for your own history and for trusting them with it. Number 6, gaslighting. This term has become more common, but its effects are often misunderstood. Gaslighting isn't just lying. It's a deliberate, systematic attempt to make you question your own perception of reality. It's the denial of your lived experience. You bring up something hurtful they said, and their response is, "That never happened." You're imagining things. You remember an event clearly, and they tell you, "You're remembering it wrong. You're too emotional." They might hide your keys and then help you look for them, making you feel forgetful and incompetent. It's psychological warfare disguised as concern. Over time, gaslighting is incredibly damaging. It's like living in a house where someone is constantly moving the furniture, but tells you nothing has changed. You start to lose faith in your own mind. You think, maybe I am crazy. Maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I did remember it wrong. This is the ultimate goal of the gaslighter, to destroy your reality so they can replace it with their own. When you no longer trust your own judgment, you become completely dependent on them to tell you what is real. It's a slow motion erasure of the self. Your own mind, the one place you should feel safe, becomes a source of doubt and confusion. Living with these hidden signs is like being slowly poisoned. Each individual act might seem small, but together they create a reality that is toxic and soul-crushing. Recognizing them is the first, most powerful step toward reclaiming your truth. It's the moment you realize that the problem isn't your sensitivity, it's their behavior. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content that helps us understand ourselves and our relationships better. And now, for the comments. I'm sure many of you have stories to tell. Which of these signs felt the most familiar to you? And are there any other subtle signs you've experienced that we didn't cover? By sharing your experience below, you could help someone else feel seen and understood. Let's create a community of support right here. Take care of yourselves.